I've listened to pretty much every single podcast which your brother's done, Andrew. Yeah. So I feel like I know what your upbringing was like because he's obviously described it so many times.
The only difference is, I guess it may have been slightly harder for him because he was the older brother. I spent a lot of my time trying to speak to younger men and coach younger men. But yeah, my upbringing was exactly the same as Andrew's. You know, I was very lucky to have Andrew there. And a lot of people in this world are just growing up with no men to look up to. And I realized that, you know, myself and my brother and guys like you have become that figure that a lot of people on the internet look up to in an age where, you know, the masculine men are few and far between. So I spend a lot of my time trying to speak to younger men and coach younger men. But yeah, my upbringing was exactly the same as Andrew's.
What I find crazy in today's world is there's so many like messed up families, and even a girl I was seeing in the past, she has a brother, but her brother is this drug addict who does nothing, who's just a sponge, taking everything away from the family. And I just can't believe that siblings can be that way and they can hate each other.
Before the internet and before me and Andrew, I guess, started getting big 5 years ago, or started traveling the world, or started meeting people, we didn't realize how unusual it was. We really didn't. We thought, okay, we're brothers, we live together, let's work together, we're brothers. We thought that was so normal that it's shocking that I haven't met another pair of brothers like me and Andrew. I tried to push this on younger people as well. You know, not just maybe your biological brother, but even your friends, like teaming up with other men and having strong male friendships with other dudes is one of the most important things in life. Like you could, the idea of just being a complete lone wolf by yourself, I don't think is healthy, and I don't think it's the most effective way to live.
But a random question, what is your biggest fear?
You know, this is going to sound so arrogant, and people always tell me this. I don't have any fears. I don't have any irrational fears. I mean, like, I'm not afraid of these things, but like, you could obviously say, oh, I don't want my mom to die, I don't want my brother to die, but these aren't fears. I don't live every day thinking these things are going to happen. If you mean what am I actually scared of, like spiders, snakes, nothing. I don't swim in oceans. Not necessarily because I'm scared, because I could swim in an ocean. I could get in the water there and swim over to the Ferris wheel, no problem. I just prefer not to.
I've done it before, skydiving. Had to do it here, obviously. And it was one of those things that I wanted to tick off. But did I really enjoy it? I wouldn't necessarily say so. Would I do it again? Probably not. Like, it was pretty damn scary. And I'm at a point now where I don't want to play around with my life.
Too much to lose. That's where I'm at. I just thought I've spent so much time in my life, you know, trying to be healthy, take care of myself. You know, I've got a daughter now that you know, obviously depends on me. You know, I've spent loads of time getting rich. Every skydiving center in the world, Google hard enough and you'll find people who have died doing this at the exact center you're doing it from, which just puts me off.
Well, they're obviously going to keep quiet about it because it's their business.
Of course they do. But if you troll the internet hard enough, you find out.
I know you like to obviously partake in a few drinks now and then. That's one thing which I've tried to stay away from.
Drinking, yeah.
So I used to be big into the drinking. But I know now in many ways, not only with my training but in business as well, it just completely messes everything up. I can still maintain good condition, but if I want to get any bigger or maintain...
drinking isn't for physique models.
And I'm getting an appreciation more and more for cigars.
Cigars are wonderful.
It's kind of like when I got into coffee, I used to hate the taste of coffee. And then I started to appreciate it. Same thing with cigars. I used to look around and be like, God, why are these people smoking cigars?
Yeah, you get it. Yeah,
it takes a while. It's like...
it takes a while. But things with smoking and with drinking as well, you know, it isn't cool if you don't pay for it. If you don't pay for your sins. And I tell young people this all the time. Because the number one thing I hate about cigars is when young people, fat, chubby young people, out of shape young people, put a cigar in their mouth and tag me on some Instagram story and say, look, I'm Tristan Tate. The cigar doesn't make me, you know? Because I smoke and because I drink, you have to super pay for it. Because most people who like to party and drink as often as I do look fucking horrible.